Hello everyone, welcome to the course Genetics. In this video we will discuss about Mendelism part first. Here we will study biography of Mendel, related terminology of Mendelian work, experimental material, etc. So let us start with Mendelism. Mendelism, it is a name came from the great scientist, a great botanist Mendel. John Gregor Mendel, an Austrian geneticist, he was born in 22 July 1822 and he is very popularly known as father of classical genetics. His father, Anton Mendel, was a farmer. Mendel graduated from the gymnasium in 1840. As his father was a farmer, poor farmer, Mendel led very poor and sad life in his youth. He struggled a lot for his education. In 1843, he was admitted to the Augustinian monastery at Brunn, and here he got name Gregor and also earned interest in natural sciences. From 1846 to 1855, he completed his education and also served on different positions. He also attended many courses on horticulture, permaculture and agriculture, which led him to raise his interest in natural sciences and experiments in plants. He began his experiments on pea plant in 1856. In 1865, he delivered his experiment results to Brunn Natural Society. He published his paper entitled Experiments on Plant Hybridization in Proceedings of the Natural Science Society in 1866. After completion of his work, Mendel took a lot of efforts to get attention of world's well-known botanists towards his discoveries, but unfortunately, Mendel's remarkable experiments remained unattended and unappreciated or intensely been neglected. Due to this, Mendel highly disappointed and passed out due to heart and kidney failure in 6 January 1884. Mendel's research papers remained unnoticed and unattended, and they became dormant till 1900. During these 34 years of negligence and dormancy, biology progressed in many fields. At the beginning of 20th century, 3 botanists, namely Hugo de Vries, Karl Correns and Erich von Schermach, rediscovered and concluded Mendel's work in 1900. They were independently working on the plants like Oenothera, Genia, peas, maize and other flowering plants, and they found their results similar to the results of Mendel done on pea plants. Mendel's work was republished in Flora in 1901. Mendel, for his important and remarkable discoveries, he is known as father of classical genetics. Now we will see some terminologies related to Mendelian work. First of all, we will see dominance. What is dominance? It is a condition where one member of allelic genes expresses itself completely or partially by suppressing the other. So what is dominance? Dominance is a phenomena where any gene, if contains 2 alleles, one of the allele it will expresses itself and masks the expression of another allele. So this particular expressing allele is called as dominant allele, and the phenomena is called as dominance. Then what is recessive? In contrast to dominance, the allele whose phenotypic effects are not expressed or they get suppressed by in a heterozygote. It is known as recessive. So what happened here? The allele which is suppressed by dominant allele, it is called as recessive allele. Next, what is genotype? Genotype, it is the part of the genetic makeup of a cell and therefore of any individual which determines one of its characters, that is phenotype. So genotype, it is very responsible for the expression of phenotypic character. So this is invisible genes or genetic makeup which is present in that organism to express a particular phenotype or particular morphological feature, it is called as genotype. So here you can see TT, capital T is a genotype which is invisible, but it is responsible for to expression of a character, that is tallness. So this capital T, it is called as genotype. Now what is phenotype? Phenotype, it is a set of observable characters, means these are visible, means these are morphological phenotypic characters of an individual which are resulted from the interaction of its genotype with the environment. So tallness is a phenotype which is resulted from genotype TT. So you must have understand genotype means capital T, which is responsible for expression of a phenotype, and phenotype is the concept what is that? It is the observable character or morphological character which is easily visible and which is come from the genotype. So that this is capital T. So capital T is a genotype, and tallness, due to that it is a phenotype. Next we will see allele. What is allele? It is one of the two or more forms that can exist at a single gene locus which have their differing effect on phenotype. So allele is what? If any particular gene is there, if it contains two alleles, suppose these are two alleles, capital T. So these two alleles are called as these two are called as alleles, and they are responsible for the expression of phenotypes. So these alleles may sometimes homozygous and sometimes they are heterozygous, means capital T it is homozygous allele, and capital T small t it is the heterozygous allele. So they are present on a gene locus. What is a cross? It is a deliberate mating of two parents in genetic analysis. So this particular cross has been made by researchers, or this particular cross is called as mating. So two parents are selected and crossing of these two parents is done to get a offspring. So this particular phenomena is called as cross. Now what is F1 generation? So this is the first generation of a given cross, means we select two parents and we made cross these two parents. The first offspring resulted from these two parents, it is called as F1 generation. Now let us see what is F2 generation. This is the second generation which is resulted from the selfing or interbreeding of F1 offspring. So F1 offspring resulted from parents, they are inbreeded, and the results of that inbreeding we get other offspring. These offsprings are called F2 generation. Now gametes. What is gamete? It is a sex cell having haploid set of chromosomes and arises from diploid germ cell by meiosis. So during the process of meiosis, what happens? The diploid cells get splits into haploid cells, and these haploid cells are known as gametes. So this particular process, it will take place during the plant reproduction. Now homozygote means the organism having two similar genes for a particular characters in a homologous pair of chromosome, they are known as homozygote. So homozygote means what? If genes are homologous and homozygous, suppose capital T, it is called as homozygote. Then heterozygote, an individual containing both dominant and recessive genes or traits of allelic pair is known as heterozygote. So here you can see capital T and small t, they are heterozygote. Capital T is responsible for tallness and small t it is for darkness, but both are present in that offspring, so it is called as heterozygote organism. Now next is hybrid. It is a progeny of any cross involving parents of different types. When different types of two parents they get crossed with each other, the resulted F1 offspring is nothing but the hybrid. Now inbreeding means what? The mating between relative, means closely related organisms when they are inbreeded or they are met, it is called as inbreeding. Now we will discuss about Mendel's material for his experiments. So which plant he selected? We know very well that Mendel was selected pea plant for his experiments because as per Mendel, pea plants fits into all required criteria and it will fulfill all needs of the experiment. So Mendel selected pea plant for his experiment. What are the primary criteria of the Mendel for the selection of these different types of plants for his experiments? So there are six criteria Mendel has decided, and according to these six criteria he selected the plant. So pea plant, it will fits in all these six criteria. The first criteria is variation. So the plant material which needed to select for experiment, it should show variation, means it should show number of detectable differences. So we can easily know the differences between two plants. For example, tall plant, dwarf plant, round seeds, wrinkled seeds. So these are called as detectable differences. So more than one or two detectable differences if present, this plant will be fit for the experiment, that is it shows variation. Now second criteria is reproduction. This plant should be sexually reproducing, means the plant should produce male and female gametes and mating of these two gametes should take place to form a offspring. So it will contains the characters of both parent, that is male and female. So such type of plant should be there which should be sexually reproducing. Third criteria is controlled mating. So the chosen organism should be able to mate in controlled or well planned condition as per our requirement. So any type of mating should be possible in that material. So such type of plant we have to select, controlled mating. Fourth criteria is short life cycle. So it should have short life cycle to conduct experiments repeatedly, means the plant which will complete his life cycle in a very short span, it will very easy to conduct experiments, many experiments in a year or a short lifespan. So the plant should be with short life cycle. Fifth criteria is large number of offsprings. So the plant should produce large number of offsprings. Here you can see pea plant can produce large number of seeds because it has many pods, and so that this plant is very proper for this criteria. Next, convenience in handling. So the plant should be convenient to handle into the laboratory or a small field. Such type of plant should be selected. So Mendel he reported that the plants which are convenient to handle, small plants with small life cycle, they are very important. If we are selecting a tree, it is not convenient to handle, so we have to select plants like P, so they are very easy to handle. In respect to animals, we have to take animals like Drosophila for experiments. If we are selecting elephant like animals, then it is very hard to handle. So for the experiments, we have to select plant which is convenient to handling. So all these 6 criterias are very important for the selection of plants. So P plant meets all these different criteria and requirements, so Mendel selected P plant for his experiment. Mendel studied different types of 7 traits during his experiments. One by one we will discuss. First trait he has studied, it is stem height, then seed shape, third is seed color, fourth is pod color, fifth is pod shape, sixth is flower color, and seventh is flower position. So here you can see there are 2 detectable characters in each criteria. You can see 7 characters. Stem height, if you see, there are 2 plants that will show stem height, 2 types of stem height, tall plant, dwarf plant. So here you can also see diagram images. Seed shape, if you see it, the seed may be round, seed may be wrinkled. Seed color, there are 2 types of colors of seed, yellow and green. Pod color, green and yellow. Pod shape, inflated and constricted. Flower color, purple, white, and flower position, axial and terminal. So these are contrasting characters which are studied by Mendel for his experiment. So the first column of these characters, that is tall, round, yellow, green, inflated, purple, axial, it is dominant characters of the pea plant which is observed by the Mendel. And these particular characters, dwarf, wrinkled, green, yellow, constricted, white and terminal, these are the recessive characters which are observed by the Mendel. So for this particular presentation video, I referred these references. You can refer these books for more information. Thank you.